Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. Wanted to do a quick little video today, kind of got delayed with some stuff that was going on here channel-wise. But I want to tell everybody that tonight at midnight, Eastern Standard Time, tonight is Thursday, today is the 12th of March, going into tomorrow, the 13th of March, Olight's coming out with a special light in honor of St. Patrick's Day, and I just want to tell you about it, but I wanted to compare it with some other lights that are in the similar class. A lot of people ask me about different lights that Olight makes and what I think about them. So I figure we'll take this opportunity while I tell you about the new light that's coming out. So this is the new guy on the block. This is the M2R Pro, the M2R Warrior Pro, and this is the special edition green with the black bezel, the black ring around the side switch, and the pocket clip. Same deal that came out with the previous version of the M2R Pro. The light is fantastic. I carry one of these in my car and one of these in my truck, as well as one on my belt at work. So I really like the M2R line, and I want to let you know the typical Olight, when they run a new light comes out, they run a sale. Today is no different. So the M2R Warrior Pro in green, it's a limited edition. If you order it the 13th of March, again starting tonight at midnight Eastern Standard Time, they're going to give you deals, obviously. So the MSRP for this light is $119.95, and they're going to give you $40 off if you order during the sale. That will bring it down to $79.95 if you order just the single light alone. And they also have a bundle deal. We'll talk about these in depth here during the review, or the comparison to other lights. But the IR2 EOS and FDE is also going to be bundled. This is that little keychain light. It's rechargeable. Let's see if I can get it without blinding out my... There we go. Low and high. Max run time is 6 hours in low mode. And it's cool to have on your keychain. If you order these together, the MSRP is $137.90. But if you get it tomorrow during the sale, they'll give you $55.16 off, which will bring it down to $82.74. So you can get this one light for $79.99 or spend $3 more, and you get two lights, one keychain light for you, your loved one, your kids, whatever. And if you have kids like mine, they are starting to like the Olight. So just when I think I have a couple to play with, they all have their hands out. But can't blame them. It's good stuff. So again, that's tonight midnight until they run out. It's a special edition, FDE and green. They will run out. If you're interested in getting these, I'll have the link down below. It is not a firearm. It is not a piece of a firearm. Therefore, I can still link to it. And I'll also have my link down below that can save you some money on anything that's not on sale. So let's get into the comparison part of this video. I get a lot of comments on flashlight videos, whether it's here or in the real world, about, why do I like one over the other, and how bright is this new light compared to stuff that's already out, something that I already have. So I figured what I would do today is go over, how many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, including this one, 10 lights. So we'll go over each one real quick, something quick. I'm not going to go outside and show how bright they are because I've done that all before. Check out my playlist for Olight videos. I'll link that above. But I've already done reviews on all these, so we're not going to bore you. But what I will tell you is, are they in the same class as this? Meaning, is it mountable to a weapon? Because the Olight makes this an option for this light. They sell mounts, and also any 1-inch diameter mount will work with this as well. So that's the first thing we're going to see if these lights meet that minimum requirement. And then we'll talk about how bright they are and how much throw you get out of them, because that's what people care about the most. The really technical, geeks out there want to know the battery type, what kind of cell it uses, how fast it recharges, how many cycles it has. I am not one of those cats. I need to know, A, will it work when I need it to work? B, can I depend on this thing with my life? C, how bright is it? And D, how far down range will it shine, whether I'm on the range or in a real life situation. So I have been running Olights for years. When I first started, I got my first one, I was very impressed, and they've made continuous improvements since, and they have my eye. So the M2R Warrior Pro is a direct upgrade for the previous edition, which was my favorite light, and I carried this thing for a couple of years. It's the M2R Warrior. So the difference is, if you're, like I said, I did the reviews, but the difference is the end cap is better now. It's raised and it has protection. So if you do activate with a glove, the old one you had to push and you might not get it. This one, it's right there for you. They're the same as far as UI. You can program them differently. The bezels are a little different. The newer version is more of a DNA catcher than the old one was. But other than that, the measurements are very, very similar. The Pro is a little bit taller, but they both are mountable, so they both are on the same plane there. Let's go to the numbers, and I wrote them down. I'm not going to remember every one for all of these lights. Now, the new version, the M2R Warrior Pro, it's 1800 lumens, which is very bright, and it throws for 300 meters, which is for a belt light, an EDC light, even a tack light. That's a fantastic combination of numbers. That's kind of a really good spot to be in as far as brightness and throw. There are brighter lights out there, and there are lights out there that throw further, but you're not really in this category. So keep that in mind, okay? Yeah, the Olight makes light that throw a lot further and that are a lot brighter. However, the heads on those are huge. You're not going to throw it on your belt or in your pack. There's reasons you want to stay in this size, so that's what I'm going to try to do with this review. Okay, so the previous version versus the new version. The new version is 1800 lumens, 300 meters of throw. The previous version is 1500 lumens and 208 meters of throw. So they almost added 100 meters of throw on the light, and they added 300 lumens. And to keep the size relatively same says a lot. Those of you who know about flashlights and LEDs and stuff, there's a lot that went into that. So this is a much better replacement for the older version. Well done. It wins this matchup. Let's move down the line. All right, so the next one I wanted to show you was it's an old school light. All right, it's one of those of us who have been using Olight or collecting Olights for a while. The S30 Baton, the S30R Baton 3, it's rechargeable. Why did I pick this? Not necessarily the same class. It's similar in look. So usually sometimes people will say, well, if I had this one, what's wrong with this one over this? So we'll go over these. The S30R Baton 3. This bad boy gets 1020 lumens, 616 meters of throw. So while this will double up the throw on this thing, and you can tell if you look, I mean, I don't know how good the camera will pick it up there, but the head unit is much deeper, the way the reflector is. So that's how you get your throw out of a light. So the LED's set back further, but this light, pretty similar in size, is 1800 lumens. This is only 1020. So, this is more of a thrower, and this is an EDC light. This is a pocket light, where this is more of a tactical light. You can't mount this on anything, whether it's a rifle, whatever. You can't mount it. Won't fit in the mounts. It's too small. And it's not made for that anyway, so if you were thinking. It does not have an end cap. Also, what I wanted to mention here, we'll go back to the M2R, the original one. They also both work with the same WML tape switches that Olight makes, the magnetic tape switch, so you can run it on your rifle and stuff. They both work with the same one. This one does not, so this is a pocket light. So for the use of what you're going to be using this for, this is a better light than the S30R Baton 3. So we'll move right down. Another one that I like to carry, and a lot of people say, well, why is it better than this one? And this one, it catches their eye because it's copper, and I love their copper lights. This is the S2R Baton 2. Awesome light. I absolutely love this thing. This is 1150 lumens, 135 meters of throw. So this destroys this 2-to-1 as far as throw. And not much different, not much bigger of a light, but this is not mountable, and it does not use the tape switches. So if you want a tack light, the ability to run it on a firearm or on your duty belt or on your kit or whatever, this is a far better choice. Obviously, they have black ones, but you don't want to run a copper copper light on your kit. But great light. This is far superior than this one, even though it's sexy in copper. The one thing that I don't like about copper lights, even though they're cool, they have some heft to them and they patina nice, is your fingers always smell like you were just holding 6 pounds of pennies. So we'll go to the newer version of the Baton, and it's the Baton Pro. This one is titanium, and this thing is a very, very good light, but again, it's not mountable. It's not, you can't use it with a tape switch. And the Baton Pro is 2000 lumens, so it has a beat on the lumen side, but it fails in comparison in the throw. It's only 132 meters of throw, so this is more of an EDC light, for those who would ask, okay? This is not in the same category, which is why if you're in the market for a warrior type light, this is what you want. So we'll go further down the warrior line here. We'll go to the Warrior X. The Warrior X was very, very popular. This one is an FDE. This thing is a beast. You can tell right away it's kind of a different class. Okay, you got a bigger light, you have a much larger head, and the if you can see it, the LED is further recessed. So that tells you that this thing is going to throw a lot further, right? Just by the looks of it. Now again, we have 1800 lumens with 300 meters of throw from this compact little design here. The older, it's still relatively new, but the Warrior X, 2000 lumens, but has 560 meters of throw. Now this thing, I mean, you can cut the night, I mean, almost too far for certain applications. You shine a light, and you don't want this to go like from Boston to Wichita. So I mean, this is a serious thrower. It is. Why did I put it in this group? Because it is the same diameter. Once you take the tail cap off, this uses the same exact weapon mount, and it also uses the same magnetic tape switch. So both weapon class lights here. However, the throw on this is like a moonbeam and a much bigger head in diameter and size, a much bigger light. So what you want to run and how you want to run it comes into play here. But it's, for the size, a fantastic option. This still is too. This is still a workhorse. I run 2 of these on 2 of my guns. I love these things. And then the upgrade for this was the Warrior X Pro. Now the Warrior X Pro is, and even the older Warrior X, like today, the older Warrior X is more expensive than this. Okay, I wanted to remember to tell you that. So the newer version is obviously more expensive than that. You can see it's the same color there. The newer Warrior X Pro is 2250 on the lumens, so 2250 lumens, 600 meters. So obviously they upgraded it, so if this one out through this one will too. But again, the head, it's even more pronounced than the older version as you get down towards the bottom here. But again, 2 different platforms. However, both weapon mountable, they can both be mounted on weapons. I'm losing it today. I've been up for a while. And also both use the same magnetic tape switch. So this is still holding its own for such a compact style. Then I usually get people ask me, what about the Seeker 2? Because the Seeker 2 is a fantastic all-around light. Again, well, I'll show you here. So the Seeker 2, which is the first version that came out, the Seeker 2 is 3000 lumens. It's brighter, okay? And it only throws for 220 meters. So it doesn't throw as far as this little bad guy. It is brighter, but it is much bigger in diameter. It's not mountable, and it doesn't use the tape switch. So those are things to consider. This is a fantastic backpack light, vehicle light, take it out when you're walking your dog type light, scare the raccoons off type light. This is not an EDC light. It's very big to have in your pocket. It is not a weapon light. So it's 2 different classes, but people usually ask about these because these are fantastic. And the next version that came out was the Seeker 2 Pro, and this was in their burnt orange. The Seeker 2 Pro was even brighter. Obviously, it's 3200 lumens, and it throws for 250 meters. So this still doesn't throw as far as this. Just a quick comparison of the older version and how it compares and why it's worth the upgrade in my estimation, just some guy's point of view. And then to a more robust version of their weapon lights, to typical EDC pocket style lights that they have, including in older versions, as well as the newer, different style light, different use light, but people usually ask about those because they're very popular. So this is a fantastic little light, guys and gals. I run them. If you don't want to run them, you don't have to. But I just figured if it's been working for me for a couple of years, I pass it on to you and why it's better than some other options that you might already be thinking of. So I hope that helps you. I get a lot of requests for comparison videos on Olights. So if this is something you want to see further down the line, let me know in the comments. And hopefully you can get in on this. This is the OD Green Special Edition going on sale tonight live at midnight Eastern Standard Time, which would then be Friday the 13th of March, 2020. Fantastic deals. You can get it either alone or bundled with the I1R2 EOS and FDE. Great little pair. And literally you buy them together, you pay like $4 more and you get the little guy for your keychain there. So check them out. Link will be down below. Until we see each other again, thank you all for your support. It's tough times like these that the little things stand out, and the fact that this community is still strong all this time later, it's really, to me, almost mind-numbing. So thank you all, really, from the bottom of my heart. Till we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry your weapon.